Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video on my channel. Today with another video about Skibidi Toilet Battle. And a lot of you guys asked me how to farm gold fast after I already made a diamond guide. And here we come to today's video. Today we're making a guide about Endless, as Endless is the easiest, like, not easiest eventually, but the best way to farm gold. As you can see, I have 113 million, which is due to me being able to climb very high. You can see on the leaderboard, I'm currently with a limit of 486, thanks to Tor, old man. Thanks, bro. We did that together and I appreciate it. And I would like to show you how to do Endless, what is the most important part about it, and what you can get from it. Stuff like that. So in general, guys, what is the Endless mode? The Endless mode is a game mode that you can play with 1, 2, or 4 players, which also has scaling forces. So if you go with 4 players, you're going to have a lot more units on the field, so keep that in mind. Which can give you a lot of gold, a lot of chests, and also once per week, you can, depending on how far you get, claim diamonds. And you get one for reaching wave 15, 30, 40, 60, 80, 110, 130, up to 510. It's quite helpful, especially at the start. So if you're new to the game and you have a friend who can go high, definitely ask them for a boost, as this will help you insanely much. Like, no matter if it's gold, diamonds, or chests. So, but what do we need to do Endless? Of course, what we need are units. And you know, through all the videos, I have a lot of units. Some are better, some are worse. What I can definitely recommend, of course, are the Eternals, but that is something that I don't need to tell you guys. Some benefits here and there, but you can basically say that the best AoE units that I own personally are the Titan Speakerman 2.0 and Titan Pencilwoman. Those are 2 units that I would definitely recommend for AoE clear. This one guy, this Titan Speakerman 1.0, is also nice for AoE clear, as he has a long range attack and also grabs them together, if I'm not wrong. Then you have utility units like Clockwoman as a healer, Bobbidi. Then Floral Tide, Medic Cameraman, and even the low healers like Medic Cameraman. And our newest unit, Large Clockman, who can help you freeze units or like freeze mobs when you need to. Talking about freezing, there's also one more thing that we should keep in mind. And this is the weapon. You know that most weapons seem pretty useless, as their damage is a joke compared to what your Titans can do. But there's actually one weapon that is useful, which is the Time Grenade. And the Time Grenade can freeze mobs, can freeze units on the field, which is really helpful, especially against the speeders on 300. Of course, we're also gonna make a test run, or like a run to show you how those things work. But one more thing before we go. As I said, you can go in with 1 player, 2 player, or 4 players. If you go in with multiple players, for each player that you're friends with, that you're going in with, you're getting 20% more gold. So in a 4-player battle, you can get up to 60% more gold. That is really helpful. But as I said, keep in mind, waves are stronger, more mobs, and especially for low-end devices, also more lag. So if you're just carrying around low people, then you might not benefit from it too much. In our case, we're going in solo, as I'm only 1 person. Okay, our game starts in 15 seconds. We have 90 cameras to begin with, so we will just spawn our first 4 units. And then, after a small while, we will encounter the most important aspect of Endless, which you can already see in the top left corner. And here they appear. Those are buffs. The buffs are the most important part in Endless, as they make you stronger continuously while you're rising. And there are multiple important buffs that I will show you throughout this run. For now, we're going with Lucky, because whenever you choose Lucky, you have a higher chance to get better rarity cards, as they come in multiple rarities, as you've seen. And then we see what else we get. HP also always helpful, because you don't want your Titans to die, because whenever they die, you have to respawn them. And your cameras are not infinite, as you can see on the bottom right. Okay, we are now on wave 11 because I wanted to show you something. So first of all, we're gonna choose one between these 3. You can see attack, support, and attack resource. On attack, there's something important to know, that we have 2 types of attack bonuses. We have attack bonuses for our normal units, like, for example, Large TV Man, Clockwoman, or Laser Large Cameraman. And we also have Titan attack, which boosts our bigger units, like Titan TV Man, Titan Speakerman, Titan Drillman, Titan Cameraman. I don't need to tell you. Those are 2 different units, and those buffs are not, like, those are 2 different buffs or 2 different kinds of units. Also, as you have seen, those buffs can stack up. So even if you're, like, AFKing for like 5 minutes, don't worry, your buffs won't run away. You can pick them whenever you want to. Keep in mind though, something like resource per wave starts going up the moment you pick it. So if you're already at wave 17 and you start picking resource per wave, you won't get the resources from wave 1 to 50 or 1 to 70. It will start ticking the moment you pick it. So it might be important to pick that fast. Here you can see we have our second Titan, we have our second attack increase, this time for Titan attack, which is something I'm really focusing on. But you have to decide what you're picking based on your setup. If you don't have, if you barely have any Titans, of course you don't need to focus on Titan attack, as those are, as you don't have many units to buff. Also something important, if you want to farm gold, and especially fast, is the reward drop buff, which can also stack up. Yeah, you can see we already have 5% and we have 10%, means we're already getting 15% more gold. And this can be a lot, as I already managed to get like 20 million gold in a run. And you know, if you have like, let's say 80 to 100% more more gold, then you know how much gold are you gonna get. It really stacks up quite a lot. It seems to only count, it depends actually. It seems to stay diamonds and gold and boxes, but however, we're not getting any diamonds in here, and yeah, I don't know. I would say it is gold only, I'm not entirely sure, but it can stack up the boxes as well. Move speed is something that is also nice to know. Seems to count for your units. Move speed is not for your player, because we stacked like, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them, and we didn't feel any faster, but our units are. The point of that is that if you have units that are like slow or that don't have a range attack, but you need to reach something relatively fast because the time is running low, then it is way easier to reach them by having a faster move speed. So, between some waves there's also bosses spawning. For now they are a joke, but later they might get important. Okay, here we have an interesting choice, at least it looks like one, because you can choose between 5000 flat HP and 20% HP. However, in most cases, if you're not like level 1 or anything, or use this low unit here, percentages would just do a lot more, because, I mean, here we have 5 million HP, 2 million HP, 2 million HP, 2 million HP, and even the weaker ones, quote-unquote, have 500k, 130k, 120k. You will basically never need to use such a low one. However, there's also one that gives 50,000 HP. There we could consider if it's better, but at least in my case, it definitely is not. And again, here we can choose reward drop now or lucky. If you're going for like a high run, or maybe, I don't know, you're struggling a lot, then I would definitely use lucky, because you can get higher rarities later on. But I personally think I will do good without it, at least for now. At least 10%, right? There's also 20% lucky, 30% lucky, 50% lucky. So I might just go for higher rarities at this point. Recover HP is simply something that goes once, if I'm not wrong. Like, this is basically an insta heal. I basically never picked those, because it seems very useless to me. But it might be in some situations that you want to pick that, especially in high stages and you can't heal yourself. You can pick that, but in most cases I just don't. But this roll is not good anyway, so we'll just go with attack. Okay, and here it comes why luck is so important, because here we start to get higher rarities, and in this case 60% HP, and I don't need to tell you how much 60% HP is, especially on strong units. Okay guys, and here we have the most important buff in the entire game mode. You can already see it, at enemy limit. This comes in varieties of 5 and 20, and what it does, it increases the amount of units, or like hostile units that are allowed on the battlefield at the same time by the specified amount. And in case you didn't know how it works, the way you lose an Endless is that you have more units than allowed on the battlefield for a certain amount of time. So, of course, if you would increase that limit from 70 to, for example, 100, then you have a way better chance of decreasing them to the limit you're allowed to. So whenever this comes up, take it. No matter what, take it. It's more important than anything else. Okay, I think I see quite a problem here with the new unit. As it seems not only to freeze... it seems not only to freeze enemy unit, it freezes my Titans too! Bro? Are you playing on the right team, dude? Are you sure? about what you're doing there? That seems to be wrong. Okay, maybe don't take him with you. He could actually cause a lot of issues in higher stages, especially when you have like low time and all your titans are frozen. That is quite ass. Who did that? And what I can definitely recommend you guys, bring time. In this game, endless runs are actually endless. According to my recording program, we're in here for about 46 minutes at this point. And you can see wave 170. So we still got quite a way to go. Ooh, resource per wave legendary. That is why you build up luck. That is important. Okay, we're now at 250. I just want to give you one little tip. You can see I currently have 1800 cameras. That looks a lot, given that all of these units are technically cheap compared to how much we have. But keep in mind, later, units will die quite frequently, therefore it is good to save up. Even if I have 17 per wave, keep stacking. Plus 20 is definitely recommended. Okay, we're on wave 300 now, and what we can see here is that number one, we will be encountering a new type of mobs now. Altogether with that really annoying boss. Let's take care of him. Boom. And past 300, we will get new units. We will be confronted with the speeders, together with some others. And those speeders are quite annoying. And to help with them, what you can do is to throw the time grenade at them. As you can see, whenever I hit something with the time grenade, it freezes. Also, what we're seeing here is that the units grow to a volume that we are not allowed to take. You can see when the bar up top is going red, that is when we have too many of them. Here you can see it again, bar is going red and a timer starts ticking whenever that happens. If that timer goes to 0 before we're below the limit, then we lost. By the way, guys, here it already starts. You can see 313. We currently have 2,460, but a lot of my units are dead. And they also keep dying, especially the titans. And you can see those are really expensive, so our cameras go down a lot. Here you gotta decide on when you want to stop reviving certain units, because, for example, something like him, or especially lower units would die almost instantly. And even those might not survive so long. So at this point, I'm only starting to focus on like my important units, the ones with the most damage. So Titan TV-Man, of course, and in general my top 4, together with the Titan Speakerman 2.0, because his AoE is crazy. And then, yeah, from there, depending on how much I have, I gotta choose the others. But in most cases, I'm just reviving those 4 or those 5. And him, of course. Okay, we're currently at wave 320, and we got 8.4 million HP, 8.4 million gold, and 2,800 chests, which is quite a lot, honestly, even though we have been already in here for 2 hours, and my titans often die, which is why I would like to show you the boss real quick, so you can see how my run went. We actually didn't have such a good run from what I can tell, because we got a lot of low rarity ones. I definitely had better runs already, but what I can show you is that I'm focusing on stats, of course. Like, I have a lot of HP, a lot of resources, that is important. Especially here, HP, Titan Attack. Yeah, you can see I'm picking Titan Attack a lot if I can. Same as HP, but here, sometimes you just have bad ones. And we had 1 enemy limit. I wish it would have been a red one, because the red one is 20. And yeah, but you can basically see a pattern repeating: damage, HP, resource. Not really picking that one often, but when I need to, then I need to, I guess. And between you have more lucky ones. Like I said, it's definitely not a good run. And you can definitely do better, but basically if you're picking the same stuff, maybe besides reward, on reward you really have to decide if you can take it or if you need to choose something more useful instead for the moment. But in higher rarities, then you're already good to go, especially enemy limit. This should definitely give you a good run. The best thing about this is, if you're going in a group, you not only have 1 person, but you have 4 people to increase your limit. From what I can tell, all of these cards only work for yourself, and like with the exception of enemy limit, because enemy limit counts for the entire group. But one thing is also important: if one member disconnects, his enemy limit also disappears. Oh, will the speedy end? 370. Ah, no, easy. Almost. Almost losing half of my units dead. Okay, we're now coming in a quite difficult situation. We're only at 80 cameras right now. Even though we had 20 per wave, which is why I told you to keep stacking. It is not a joke. 20 plus is nothing. We only made it to 400 this run being alone. But even if you have a team, you will notice it at least on 450 and higher. This is, if you can go that far, then you will really notice it. Here I need to be really careful now because I'm low. I can only revive something like 2 to 3 times, like a single unit. So from here, I basically only focus on my Titan TVman 2.0 because it's by far my strongest unit and has the biggest potential of carrying this run any further. Yeah, okay, I guess it's over. I can do my last steps, but yeah, that seems to be it. Okay, oh, we survived 401. Okay, but I'm basically broke. And the biggest problem, in case you forgot, are the chargers. Like, seriously, those are the one killing so fast. You can see whenever they sprint through, basically half of the units are already dead. You see how much damage they take, and with that, they're not only taking damage, they're also stunned. Means they can't do any damage. That is the biggest problem. That's why this grenade is recommended a lot, especially because if you have 4 people, 4 of them can throw grenades to stun even more, to maybe carry this run. But this seems to be over. Yeah, it is. 412, 30 millions made in 4,500 boxes. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I could give you some nice advice on what you should do and how you should do it, right? You can see 126 million gold is definitely something you can use to upgrade your units. Of course, mileage may vary because we probably have different amounts of strength, but I'm sure either in my Discord on ipoii.de/chat or in the official Skibidi Toilet Battle Discord, you might find some people to help you, to carry you through a run, or to just grow together with you. And also something that I've never mentioned, this boss, by the way, every 20 minutes, is quite a nice gain for diamonds. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.